What's going on, guys? It's GZ. Welcome to my channel. So in this video I will be sharing my input regarding which of these classes are actually performing really well in 2025 month of June. So yeah, keep in mind this is going to be my personal opinion regarding all the classes, focusing on PvP and PvE as well. So let's begin, and do let me know if you guys agree with my opinion or not, but I will try to be brief because I do not want to make this a really long video. So start off with the, where is it, Barbarian. In my opinion, Barbarian was a S class but no longer, because it has not only lost the range on its chain, but the hammer itself have been reduced as well. So PvP, they are not as deadly as before, and their damage output has been somewhat reduced by a lot, but still they are a solid class, can easily get you to Legend League, and really friendly to play as free to play in my opinion because of its survival ability. Not only that, but if you are a whale and can make a build that can give you a lot of health back, then in Gauntlet you can survive quite easily with Barbarian. So Barbarian has a really nice survival ability in my opinion, but yeah, it has lost its position from S tier to now A, which is still a solid class. Then we have a Blood Knight. I would say Blood Knight somewhat comes at C. It is B or A for a couple of guys, I would say, but for the bigger majority out there would not prefer to play Blood Knight because it requires you to play with certain gems and high secondary stats. If you don't have that, and if you cannot strategize your attacks, then it is really hard to play Blood Knight. So one, Blood Knight is not friendly to play with mobile. You really need keyboard and mouse or controller, and then you have to strategize your attacks when you want to deploy your attacks in PvP. In PvE, it is not one of the strongest class either. Then it is not really friendly free to play class, because when you would require a certain gem to make it effective, then you will actually have to put more effort and time into those things, which means money as well. So for that reason, I would say it is not friendly and not the best class out there, so I would put it on C. But yeah, for a couple of guys it can be a B or A class, those who are really performing really well, but that is for only a really small majority of players, and therefore I am only going to consider the higher number of majority players, and for that reason I will put this on C. Crusader, in my opinion, is S class at the moment, even after its nerfs. One reason, there are many 1-star gems which Crusader can take benefit from for PvP and PvE as well. Then its stun ability is amazing. It can provide cover to wizard, any other CC or support class, while staying really close to the players or in PvE challenge dungeons, etc. It is really amazing. You can do a lot with Crusader at the moment, and any PvP team has more than one Crusader has more chance of winning a match. It has amazing survival ability and the ability to stun and push the aisle. So I will definitely say Crusader is really good, and even in PvE its damage output is amazing. Then there is my favorite class, which is Demon Hunter. I will say it is neither good or bad. The reason being, if you want to be really good, then you will have to select certain legendary gems, and you will really need a high secondary gems attribute to be effective. It is not a free to play friendly class at the moment because most of its builds require you to play with certain legendary gems or playstyle that you have to select. If you want to go with the dodge setup, then you will need the dodge gems, and if you want to go with the damage setup, then you will have to focus on the damage builds. But there is not a balance with this class, sadly, at the moment. And also, Demon Hunter is quite squishy. If you get caught with the CC in PvP, you are pretty much done for because you don't have the ability to run away. Crusader can stop you quite easily, or Wizard can do that as well, or Necromancer, in my opinions. For that reason, I would put this on B, neither good or bad. It's just depend on your preference. For some reason they would say, for some players they would say that it's still A, which I would agree. For me it is A, but for the bigger majority right now, I think Demon Hunter is not that friendly. They are definitely getting frustrated out there. For PvE, class is really good, but if you lack damage, then I would say it is not going to make you feel like that if you having fun with the class. So yeah, Demon Hunter would be on B. Monk, I would say Monk was S, that is dropped to A, and now it is somewhere between A and B. However, I can put this still on A. For Wales, Monk is still amazing, but for normal players it's B. So it is somewhere around between A and B. I would say it's A minus. So I guess I'll just put it on B because for the larger majority, Monk is not doing that great. But when it comes down to Wales, it's an entire different story, especially in the US servers. I have heard that monks are doing really well. So you guys have to let me know. But here in the Europe, monks are quite disappeared again after receiving so many nerfs. So yeah, I would put it between A and B. But since I am not seeing a lot of monks anymore, I would just put it on B, but you guys can let me know. Then Necromancer, I would say Necromancer is S class, especially if you make your builds right, meaning if you have the right FXs, right gems, then your rat form will keep you alive. If you have mount bank set item, it will give you insane survival ability. There are a lot of options which gives Necromancer ability, and the fear factor of this class is just amazing. You can use that and attack at the same time with your spikes. So I would say Necromancer is still S class for most players, but some of them will find it as A. So yeah, I would say it is between S and A, but for most players, I still believe that they are playing Necromancer because it is doing really good. Then we have Tempest here. Tempest is still S class in my opinion. Hold on, let me just put Necromancer on A because for the bigger majority, you won't feel the same experience as whales are experiencing. But for Tempest, yeah, it did receive a nerf on its attack speed with the primary, but right now it is performing really well. It has a ability that attacks with the wind when you use dash, and that damage is insane, and I have seen a lot of whales using that. So yeah, Tempest is doing really well. It is great for PvE, great for free to play, great for PvP. It has a lot of ability to break through CC or attack with someone CC. It's just insane. It is really friendly to play as free to play in my opinion. Plus you don't have to spam attacks. Most of the abilities of Tempest work as auto, so you just have to focus on attacking with just holding a button, and that's pretty much about it. So it is one of the most relaxing class in my opinion, especially for players who prefer to play on mobile and don't have controller or mouse and keyboard. So Tempest is really solid. Then comes the Wizard. I would say it is better than Monk and Demon Hunter as of now. For some, they might say it's a S class, but I will say no. Yeah, it does have a really high damage output, but then you have to break your fingers or tire your finger at least when you are spamming with the spam builds. Overall, for support, it is one of the best class. It can provide cover to Crusader, Necromancer, or Barbarian. Anyone who is fighting up front, Wizard is just amazing out there. And yeah, I have noticed that a couple of guys are now using spamming builds in PvP. I guess that is working great for you guys too. I did notice that some of them are using some specific gems now to slow down other players that hit them really hard. It is working. So I guess Wizards are having more fun, at least compared to Blood Knight, Demon Hunter, and Monk. So yeah, overall I would say Wizard damage output without spam builds is somewhat lower than Demon Hunter, but when it comes down to PvP, it's a S class, but when it comes down to PvE, it is somewhat A class. So yeah, for that reason, I would put this in A category, and that's pretty much some of my rating. You guys can let me know if you agree or if you have any other points that you would want to add up. Please do so in the comment section, and I would love to hear those comments coming from you guys. And with this, I'll see you guys in the next one. But yeah, do let me know what are your thoughts on this. Until then, take care, have fun, and bye guys.